Hello children. Now in the previous class we have seen the introduction to challenges in the agricultural production. Okay. Now we have discussed 6 steps wherein how the food cultivation technique is important for us. Okay, food production technique is important for us, and these are the 6 techniques that we have seen. Okay, that is increasing the area of cultivated land, increasing the production in the existing land, developing high yielding varieties, alternating crops, mixed crops, and cultivating short-term crops. So this is what we have seen in the earlier class. Now in today's session, we'll look at need for increasing food production. Now, no doubt that we have seen all those 6 types in the food production, but why is that we have to employ all this? Okay, why is that we have to employ all these techniques in the production of the food? Is what we are going to look at in this particular session, that is need for increasing food production. So if generally if we think, okay, as the population is increasing, the food production also should increase. Okay, right? So it should actually be it should be balanced with the increasing population. Okay, so we'll see how is that happening. Now our population is more than 1 billion, as you all know, and it is still growing. It will not stop. It will continues to be growing. It will be growing only. Now, we will need more than 1 billion tons of grain every year to feed its growing population. So, billion tons of grain is required. So that is why generally people say don't waste food. So 1 billion tons of grain is not a joke to produce every year. So that is the major burden that the farmer is taking. Okay. Now, since increasing the area of land of cultivation is limited, now considering that first option was to increase the area of land and get more yield. Okay. Now, if increasing the area of land is not possible, so what was the second option? Increasing the production in the existing land. Okay. So here in our country, the availability of land has become a problem. Okay, so it has become a issue. So how do we cope up with that? Since increasing the area of land for cultivation is limited, it is necessary to increase the production efficiency of crops and livestock. So in a given area, how can we increase the production? How can we increase the efficiency in our production? Not only in the crops, but also in the livestock. Say for example, our cattle breeding. So getting milk from cows and all. How do we increase that particular production is what is there. Okay. Then these are the questions which we'll be answering. Now, the production efficiency of crops and livestock can be increased by adopting scientific management practices to improve crop yield, undertaking mixed farming, intercropping, and integrated farming practices like combining agriculture with livestock, poultry, fisheries, and beekeeping, etc. So, if at all we have to increase the production of the plants, okay, then what will happen? We need to employ scientific methods. So if at all the crop production has to increase, we have to employ scientific methods, which we are going to see in the later part of the chapter. Okay. Now, what are those scientific techniques to improve crop yield? First one was, we have seen, mixed farming. That is growing different crops in the same field. Then you have intercropping. So crops in between crops, different crops in between different crops. Okay. And then integrated farming. Integrated farming means what? Combining together. Okay. Then agriculture with livestock. Now, agriculture with livestock, why are they happening? Because livestock generally eats the weeds away. Okay. So when the weeds are eaten off, then the whole nutrients which is present in the soil will be available for the plants to absorb, and the plant can grow better. Okay. Then you have poultry. Now poultry also is poultry fisheries and beekeeping are also very, very important for the production of the food. Okay. Right. Now we'll just have a look. Expected world rise in population. World population rise. Now, by 2100, okay, by 2100, the world population can reach to 15 billion, which is a huge amount. Okay, now see, if you can see here, in 1927 the population of the world is 2 billion. Okay, then 1959 it became to 3 billion, then 1974 it was 4 billion, 1987 5 billions, then 1999 6 billion, and 2011 7 billion. Okay, so by 2100 it will become almost become 15 billion. Okay, right? So with the increase in the population and with the effective scientific management techniques, okay, we can improve our crop yield. Okay, right? So I hope you have understood this part. Okay, why is that we need to increase food production? Okay, I'll see you in the next session. Thank you so much.